For me, when Bitcoin had just come, in fact, I had a friend who was very good at Bitcoin and was making too much money. In fact, I can say he left almost this country with almost 5 million. After I think he traveled and went to Poland. So he called me back and told me, bro, I lost too much money to Bitcoin. But this is, for me as Owana Ibrahim, I never invest in something I don't understand, no matter how very good a deal might be.
By the way, I wanted, there are things that I've been figuring out about how manipulative these days people are.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we think thieves are just on the street. But now we have thieves in suits, thieves in institutions, the banking institutions, economic, you know, everything. Of recent, the Jamaican runner, Usain Bolt, had issues. There was a fraud case.
I think it was
all he
maybe
lost.
online.
He lost.
I think he lost to, I have not yet.
Is it
followed up the
12
story
point
very well.
something?
$12.7
million, something like that. Into, was it a stock and securities? That was it. It made me understand how really the system is manipulating people when it comes to economy. And it didn't only manipulate, you know, private people, but I also saw there are several organizations that were manipulated into this. So I think this contributes to economic crisis somehow. In which way that, if you look at these organizations that we also, you know, victims of this fraud, some of them are still organizations that also provide financial, you know, services somehow, somewhere. So what do you think?
One thing I think maybe you have to do research about a word called MACE. It is in intelligence. MACE, it means money. I'm forgetting what I means, but E means ego. Let me do some research here. What it means, so that you see how really the society is being governed.
So,
because I want you to understand this thing better before even we talk about it. MACE in intelligence, really intelligence, leave alone. The so-called DCI. That is what I'm talking about. DCI, CID, FBI. MACE means money, ideology, compromise, and ego. Okay. Now, there are many things people don't know. And for me, anyone, I repeat, anyone, whoever falls for a scam, any scam, it doesn't matter either it is online or you deserve it. Why? For me, when Bitcoin had just come, in fact, I had a friend who was very good at Bitcoin and was making too much money. In fact, I can say he left almost this country with almost 5 million. After I think he traveled and went to Poland. So he called me back and told me, bro, I lost too much money to Bitcoin. But this is, for me as Owana Ibrahim, I never invest in something I don't understand, no matter how very good a deal might be. Some days back, I have a friend in Uganda. He brought for me something very stupid. It is called, I think, BTY football. I don't know how it is.
That was a football scam. It was both in Kenya and.
So he brought this for me and told me, bro, if you put $100, you get 300. I was like, repeat. So how does this 300 come? He wouldn't explain. So people run easily for no sense, only in the name of I want to get quick money. But when they are scammed again, they go to media to cry. When you went to invest, whom did you tell that you are going to invest in that nonsense?
Look, here's the problem we have. Africans, we have a mentality of greed.
In fact, as we are talking about Usain Bolt, for him is even not an African.
He's not an African, but if you look, our greed gets pulled by deception. Look,
do you know how many weights lost into Bitcoin?
This is what I'm what I'm trying to tell you. Whoever lost money in Bitcoin lost money because of greed. They deserve it, you know, because of greed. Why? We usually have that mentality that I want to get rich easily. I want this. I want that. I want that. I want that. Not knowing that before you go into something, have knowledge about it. What is it all about? You know, get knowledge before you get into something. So why people are falling victim of these things? There's one problem that we have. It's called we feel like we are being left out. If I ask you, why are people buying iPhones every time? Because they saw an advert of iPhone telling them this is the best, and in case someone doesn't want to be left behind, so you run for it. That's a deception. If you hold this phone, you still have the same phone, you know. If someone else does something like, okay, why do women go for skin creams? Because the marketing strategy out there has shown you that if you don't apply this, you're going to get old, you know, in just a blink of an eye. So you feel like you're being left out. Why these things happen? It's a deception.
Now,
is there something happening to things like Bitcoin, things like cryptocurrency? Well, people are making money out of them, but they are being pulled by greed.
Let them tell you how much they lose. When someone tells you I got $50,000, ask him how much have you lost.
But the people don't speak about their losses.
Yeah, but the truth is, what they lose, it is more of what even they gain. And let me tell you, this is how these online scams work. They can give you, then on the third time it is when you receive the final beating. Okay? So, as long as people are still doing this nonsense, as long as they are still doing this nonsense, all in the name of I want to get too much, they won't. Okay? Because for me, I always tell people, what if you invest in something tangible? Here we are talking about $12.7 million US dollar. One day even I talked to someone and I told him a whole clan can die and they perish without anyone getting $1 million US dollar.
And it's true, by the way. It's true.
Even 1 million is huge. Let's talk about 800.
It's true. That's true.
So if at all you can't invest in this, are you ready to lose it? Because we are talking about someone's retirement fund. Someone who woke up one morning, went and trained. After training, he goes on to lose money just because of a stupid scam. But actually, I just pray for him. Maybe they try to investigate it and he gets back his money.
Well, but here's the problem when it comes to issues of investment. I think there is a scarcity of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to matters of investment. People don't know when to invest, why to invest, and how to invest, and what to invest in. So if people learn about these things, we won't be having such problems.
No.
So I think that's my take about that.
I think now it can at least be a big lesson. If Usain Bolt can lose,
Everyone can lose.
Let's go to another point.
Every mediocre can lose. So, well, that's how things are, and we have issues when it comes to this generation. It looks like a lot of people are confused and lost when it comes to identity matters, you know, matters of identity, how they should identify themselves. before I used to think, when I heard some people saying that they have things, they are confused with gender issues, I used to think is it a biological problem? Is it something? Because if someone camouflage, someone comes out as gay or lesbian, whatever is it LGBT, whatever, Q, something.
Give them up to Z.
Up to Z, whatever they want to.
Yeah.
But before I became so, exposed to such matters, I used to think, is it a biological problem? Someone is born gay, someone is born this. But it took me a time to realize that a lot of people get carved to misconceptions. And these misconceptions are the ones bringing such issues. Recently, there was a scenario here in Kenya, and I wondered why the media was giving it a lot of attention and emphasis. There's a young man. Was it a man or woman?
It's a man.
Yeah.
There's nothing
There's
about
a
it,
young
man or woman.
yeah.
You are either man or woman.
So
period.
there's a young man who got killed because of matters of, and he identified as gay, I think, because I had never followed that guy. I didn't know that someone like that exists. I just saw like someone. There's this guy who died
After
called
his
so
death.
and so after his death. But then I looked at how the media is giving it a lot of attention. I was like, okay, people die every day. There are a lot of young men and women who are being killed each and every day.
Yeah.
Why is it this one? And if it comes to speaking things about this one, the word LGBTQ is being...
One interview, I went up and followed it, was on Ebru TV. He said he joined them because he was being rejected by his family after the death of his parents. So meaning, if at all you were to follow up, this guy, after being rejected, he thought that this is the way to go.